Hello and welcome back to Finn's Birdworld. Today I'll be talking about aviary birds. Now usually people think aviary birds are bad pets because they can't be tamed, because they can't be trained, because they are constantly stressed when kept as pets or when in direct contact with humans. But I absolutely disagree with this. Now, my standpoint on keeping birds is they don't need to be tame, they just need to be comfortable with me, and they shouldn't be stressed. Now, you'd think that if I don't want my birds to be stressed, I wouldn't be getting aviary birds because, like I said, most people think aviary birds will be constantly stressed when in human contact. But this is actually not true. It highly depends on how you interact with them, how you set up, the lives with them. And I personally, I like leaving them space. I like giving them the option to be with me, to do stuff with me, but I won't pressure them to do anything. Now, you have to understand that most of my birds are actually aviary birds, or have been actually aviary birds. Now they're obviously kept as pets and I love them dearly, but most of them came from outdoor aviaries actually. So I wanted to start with Alex. Alex was an outdoor aviary bird. He, was a showbird, and his most human interaction basically consisted of being fed or given water, and then being caught with a net, being put in a tiny box, and then be stared at by people who visited the bird show and wanted to see nice birds. Now, when I got him, it was his first time being indoors, and obviously it was a huge change for him, and I didn't expect much from him. I expected him to be terrified, expected him to be scared, expected him to be, stressed out. And he was the first day. He was so scared he wouldn't leave the, branch he was sitting on. He just didn't want to leave it. But with Sketch being in there as well, she helped him overcome this quite quick. So she helped him calm down, she helped him to, relax. And the next day already he was, foraging, he was eating, he was drinking water. He was acting like a normal bird. And from the very start, I just showed him, if you are in there, I won't bother you. I won't, I'll just leave you be. You can do whatever the hell you want. And yeah, so this is what I established at the very start. So now when I just walk by here, the food bowl is right here behind me. So when I walk in front of this cage, they'll actually just sit and look at me, then continue to eat because they know I won't bother them in there and they aren't stressed. Now, as a side, I don't put a lot of importance in them being tame or wanting to spend time with me. I just want them to be happy. I just want them to be birds and be able to live that life of a bird. And so yeah, like I said, I didn't expect much, but sometime last year actually, he just started wanting to spend time with me. So the cage is open all day, and when I'm sitting on my laptop on a desk, watch videos or work on something, he'll oftentimes just, go to his play stand on the desk or go sit on the branch that is up, I don't know how to say it, hanging over my desk, I guess that's the word. And like I said, I have a branch there, he can sit there too. And he'll often just go there and, see what I'm doing, come close. And it's been actually a couple of times where he actually decided he wanted to come really close. Like the closest thing he's been was a distance of 30 centimeters. So incredible close for a bird I didn't expect much from. And yeah, it just showed me that he isn't scared of me. He just doesn't want, direct contact. He doesn't want to get touched, but he still likes me. He still wants to spend time with me. And actually, he'll often just fly above my head, like showing, so hey, I'm not scared of you, hi, I'm there. And he's, showing his love in his own way. Then I, have uh, Felix. Felix, he's 11 years old. He has changed homes like 3 or 4 times, but he's always been kept as an outdoor aviary bird. And so the most unique interaction he had was being caught to be sold to another person. So not as great either. And when I got him, he was probably the one who was the most stressed out from, the changing situation. And he was completely terrified. The first few days, when he was in quarantine, he was in a tinier cage. So anytime I walked into the room, he would just cling to the other side of the bars, and I'd just go in there, talk with him, just change food and water, and then leave again to let him calm down, give him time to get situated. And yeah, then he moved into the bigger cage in the bedroom. I met Finn, and just started to get used to everything. And at the start, I just talked with him, but pressured him into nothing. I just wanted him to know, hey, I'm there, I'll talk with you, but I'll leave you be if you want to. And so I would just talk with Finn and do stuff with her, because she's the only completely tame bird I have, because she was hand raised and is extremely fail bonded to humans. So she, back then especially, needed a lot of interaction with me. So he would just every day would just watch us and calm down each day even more, and just see that I'm not a threat to him. And I would just then, after I think it was 1 or 2 weeks, I started to offer him to come spend time with me, offer him to do training. And actually quite quickly he decided that yes, he wanted to train with me. So we started with target stick training, because he was absolutely terrified of hands. And so terrified he would immediately fly to the other end of the room if my hand came anywhere near to him. And so we did target stick training, and he was so good at it. He learned it so quickly, and he had so much fun with it. So we quickly got into flight training. I taught him that, hey, my hand means you get treats. My hand means you can step up on it. It won't do you any harm. It will be fine if you do step up, and that's it basically. I just taught him that nothing on me, and especially my hands, are not dangerous. And now it's like over 2 years later, he knows left and right. Like when I tell him go left, he will go left. I mean, this was right, but if I tell him to go left, he goes left. If I tell him to go right, he goes right. He'll fly to where I tell him to. Like I'll just point to a branch and say go there, and he'll go there. And if I say go back, it means he has to go back in a cage, and he will do that. And then also we continued with the flight training. He's still not completely sure of it, because he, like I said, had extreme, because like I said, he was extremely scared of hands. And now he'll come to me. I need to start off with a short distance first, and then I can make it bigger and bigger each time I let him fly to me. And he becomes more confident with every training session we take. Now, my next step with him will be medical training, and getting into the transport box to make life easier for him. So I'm just trying to take every step that I can to prevent him from getting stressed. So even if one day he says, he shows that he doesn't want to do training, I just say, okay, good, have a treat anyway, and I'll do something with Finn instead. Or if she doesn't want to either, I'll just sit in a room, talk with them, watch videos with them. If they want to, they come and watch it with me. And there's that. I won't pressure them into anything. We also have the 4 budgies. 3 of them we have, well, 2 of them we have no history of. They were both from, you know, a shelter or rescue or were found on the streets, whatever. Then one was from a breeder, so he was also an aviary bird. And then we have the 4th one who was from a private home, but was also just kept to basically be an aviary bird indoors. And yeah, so we didn't expect much of them at all. Like we also had this mindset that if you have more than 1 budgie, they won't become tame. They, you know, won't want to spend time with you. But actually, you know, we just had 2 at first, and we had them in the living room before they went to the bedroom, and you know, they just fly in the room all over, and that was it for a while. And then we moved them into the bedroom and spent time with them there with Finn and Felix. And one day, actually, Frankie, our oldest one, just decided she wanted to, you know, sit on our heads, and so that was a thing. And then we thought maybe we should start training with her as well. So we started a flight training with her with Millet as treats, and she actually figured it out quite fast. And then suddenly her mate started joining in as well. So from my experience, aviary birds just need a bit more time to, you know, settle and realize you aren't a threat, but they have just as much potential to become amazing pets and companions. And you know, actually I wouldn't want to have it any other way. Like my only hand-raised birds probably brings more trouble than all the other aviary and parent-raised birds I have. So I think, you know, all these misconceptions, they're wrong. And I mean, obviously they're wrong, the misconceptions, but you know, all the opinions people have on aviary birds and parent-raised birds being terrible pets, and you know, them not being able to, you know, or not wanting to spend time with you and not wanting anything to do with you, that's wrong. Like if you do it the right way, like they would just want to spend time with you just as much as a hand-raised bird, minus all the behavior issues that come with hand-raised birds. Now, I think this video is getting kind of long, so I think I'll just, you know, cut it right there. And yeah, if you have any other questions, just ask them below. I'll answer them. And yeah, if you want to see more, you can subscribe and leave a like if you want, if you like this video. And I'll see you in another one. Bye. Sketch and Alex have actually been sitting behind me all this time while I was filming. So yeah. Alex looks a bit rough because he's molting right now, but it'll become better. Once all his feathers grow back, he'll be beautiful again. Wo war ich? Fuck. Okay, ich muss mir den Faden einfallen lassen. Warte. Aviary birds, or you know, birds in general that were hand-raised, parent-raised, and then put in an aviary. And actually, we've come to the. It was